I'm Hanny van Arkel, and I'm here to represent Galaxy Zoo, which in short is an online astronomy project for everybody, set up by real astronomers. I'm not an astronomer, I just accidentally discovered something on this website, which is why I'm now here. In everyday life, I'm actually a biology teacher at Voorwerp College in Heerlen, and I like music, which is kind of essential to the story. But my other hobby these days is to go out and tell people how they can become scientists as well, without a degree even. So to explain this Galaxy Zoo, I'll start close to home, which you can see on the top left picture. In the top right picture, the little dot the arrow is pointing at is now our home, and the big ball is the sun. So together with these other planets, we form the solar system. And this solar system can be found in a galaxy, like you'll see in the next picture. There's a yellow arrow now pointing at a dot, which could be a sun as well. So we keep zooming out. And if that didn't blow your mind yet, we have billions of these galaxies as well. You can see some of them on the right. Which is where Galaxy Zoo comes in. The astronomers had about 1 million pictures automatically taken by this Sloan Digital Sky Survey telescope, and nobody had seen these pictures before. And the astronomers needed to know about the shapes of the galaxies. So they thought, we'll put them online together with a short tutorial, and we let people classify them, which is all there is to it. Everybody can do this. So it looks like this. You log on, and you get one of these beautiful pictures on your screen, and then you click the button on the right, which best represents the shape of the galaxy in the middle. And you don't need to worry about making mistakes, because worldwide lots of people are doing this, and statistically it'll all work out. So by now you might wonder how I found out about this, which is through this man, Brian May, Queen's guitarist, but also astrophysicist. And a friend of his, Chris Lintott, he set up Galaxy Zoo. Brian posted about it on his website, which is where I read it. I thought it sounded cool, and I signed up, and within a week I discovered something. So now people often ask me, does Brian know? And I can tell you he does. It actually appeared in his new book, The Cosmic Tourist, which came out this week. That kind of completes the circle nicely, I think. So what did I discover? Hanny's Voorwerp, which means Hanny's object. You can see it in the next picture. This is the first picture I got on my screen, and I had to classify the galaxy in the middle. But then I was wondering about this little blue smudge in it, and I didn't think I discovered something new. I was just curious, so I thought I'll email this Chris and ask, what is this? But Chris didn't know either. So investigations were done, and one of the things we found out is that it's actually green. And lots of other things. There were lots of other telescopes involved, like this Hubble Space Telescope. And then they started calling it Hanny's Voorwerp, because they knew I was Dutch, and Voorwerp is Dutch for object. This is the official international name, which is why it's crucial you say Voorwerp. So if I'm doing an interview in England, I'm talking about a Voorwerp as well. We did get some press attention, and that's fun. But I think the best part is that I often get emails from people who say they're inspired and logged on as well, or even started a course in astronomy. I learned a lot myself as well, because they invited me on the teams to investigate this thing, so I'm actually officially a co-author on these papers. On the left you see the one from Galaxy Zoo, and on the right the one from Astron in the Netherlands. And they call it a quasar light echo. I'll quickly come back to that later. First I'll give you a few short details of what it is. It's huge. It's a galaxy-sized gas cloud, and there are only a few young stars in there. It's very bright and hot, and it's about 650 million light years from Earth, which just means it's very, very far away. The cool thing is it can teach us about the life cycle of supermassive black holes, and this is how it works. You can't see the black hole in the galaxy next to it, and once upon a time there was all this gas, which you couldn't see either. But then stuff from the galaxy lit up the patch of gas that is now known as Hanny's Voorwerp. So if you now look at that, you're actually looking back at history of what happened to the galaxy, which is really cool. Hanny's Voorwerp is 1 in a million, literally. There's none like it. But we did find Voorwerp-like gas inside galaxies, but they're smaller. So Dutch people in the audience might not be surprised they're actually officially, internationally called Voorwerp, which means little objects. Because the story is so unique, a team in America of scientists and artists, they made it into a comic book, which is called Honey and the Mystery of the Voorwerp. and here we explain what we did and what we found out exactly as well. Honey's Voorwerp is not the only thing we discovered. It got the most attention, but we also found peace in space, new class of objects. We found lots more overlapping galaxies and even lots more blue ellipticals. And Galaxy Zoo is a huge success. There are literally hundreds and thousands of people worldwide classifying on these projects. And Galaxy Zoo itself turned into a mother project, the Zooniverse, which has lots of little projects. For instance, we have Moon Zoo, Solar Stormwatch, and maybe you've heard of Planet Hunters, because it was recently in the news, we discovered a new planet. We also have other sciences like biology. We have a climate science one, Old Weather. We have Whale FM, the Seafloor Explorer. It's all a lot of fun. If you're a scientist and you have an idea for a project, you can contact them, the Citizen Science Alliance. If you need citizen scientists like me, if you want to become a citizen scientist like me, and like these other people, you can go to the zooniverse.org and just log on, because everybody can do this. You're actually helping science and helping to write these papers. And sometimes we meet up, it's a lot of fun as well. And if you have any questions about any of this, you can find me at honeysvoorwerp.org, but I'm told that if you Google Honey's Thingy, you'll find me as well. Thank you.